it's time for the combat progression guide. Let's go.
Also, hi guys, Menacing Banana here, and I just wanted to remind you that KrustyTravis, not many of you are subscribed to him. So if you're watching this video and you enjoy, you should definitely hit him with the sub because he needs to pay for food, and subbing will definitely support that. So thank you.
Much like other survival block-based games, Terraria, there's a pretty huge emphasis on the combat to be found in this game, and the other content kinda seems to feel lackluster, or just self-serving to improve your abilities in combat. Every time you level a skill to get some base stats, and those base stats are multiplied by various other stats to determine how you do in combat. Mining, fishing, farming each give you a small amount of defense, health, and more health respectively. Combat, foraging, enchanting, and alchemy give you crit chance, damage bonus, strength, intelligence, and ability damage and intelligence, also respectively. When grinding combat XP, this should be your progression path. First kill some endermen until you can one-tap zealots. Then do some lower level dungeons. Get a decent setup for ghosts as they give insane amounts of XP and coins. Then kill some tier 4 or even tier 5 revenants if you can kill them. However, this can be a bit pricey. And finally, the best combat XP method, floor 6 golem runs. Floor 6 and 7 will give a decent amount of passive combat XP. The Spider's Den received a nice big update in March of 2021. You want to come visit it as soon as you start. There are a few NPCs that will help you jumpstart your progression. The most important NPC you talk to, however, is the Grandma Wolf. She's got big claws, big eyes, and a ferocious appetite for death. She'll hand you the Grandma Wolf pet for free so that you can get started with the combo system. This pet will enable kill combos, which are very helpful for earning XP and coins. Kill combos allow you to quickly chain together kills for a stacking buff that will increase your magic find, your coins per kill, and even your combat XP earned while the combo is still going. Something to consider if you need a combat pet is to keep it at a low rarity. It upgrades based on milestones and turning them in with the Grandma Wolf until it's a higher level, as the stats provided by the pet are pretty good in the early game. The other NPCs in this area give a quick rundown of the bestiary and its pretty basic functions. The gist of it is you kill mobs to grind out milestones for those mobs. Every 10 mob milestones earns a bestiary milestone, and every other bestiary milestone grants a big chunk of combat XP. The higher the level, the more combat XP it gives. Starting out, get on down to the Dwarven Mines. You might die a few times, but as long as you bank your coins regularly, or with a cookie buff, you shouldn't have too big of a problem. The idea here is that you get to the Dwarven Mines, and that gives you access to Ice Walkers. These bad boys will let you one-tap them using your pickaxe and the armor they drop. The armor they drop is one of the best sets you'll find in early game. While on a mining island, its stats are increased, so you'll be stronger while wearing it. If you want a real weapon to use for the early game, you can alternatively take the rogue sword to the park to earn a hunter knife. It's a nifty little blade that you'll find more use in the early game than you will anytime after you pick up a better weapon. Step 2 is to grind goblins until you have at least 125,000 coins, and then take a break to go for a stroll in the park. No, in game. Stop going outside, weirdo. Here you'll want to ask somebody for assistance in opening the Melancholic Viking shop. Or you can do it on your own with the right stuff. The most difficult to obtain being the magical water bucket. Your goal here is to get the Raider's Axe. It's a majorly potent weapon for Ironman due to the easy method of obtaining, and the fact that it gets better over time. For an initial starting boost, you want to max out the foraging portion of its stats. For this you'll need to get 50,000 wood collected across all wood type, maybe a little bit more as it only counts up every 500 collection in each wood type. Step 3 requires you to take your newly juiced up axe and start killing everything with it. A perfect use for it is to go enderman grinding. With a little bit of luck you might get some ender armor and an enderman pet. But you'll also gather up some pearls needed to make enchanted eyes of ender, so you can craft an aspect to the end. The AoTE will be your best friend as an Ironman, from the moment you get it to the moment you finally put it on the shelf to replace with the Hyperion. To get the blaze powder, you either want to grind the blazes yourself, put down a minion, or just buy powder from the alchemist every single day. A quick tip from me, KrustyTravis here, is to make sure you get yourself an enchanting table earlier on, and throw some basic enchants on your gear as you progress. Until I have released the enchanting video of the series, you can check other players' weapons and armor on Skycrypt to get a good idea of what enchants you want to use. The general rule of thumb is to just put on all the enchants that increase damage, but to double check in the table interface if the enchant you want to add will remove another enchant. Once you obtain an AoTE, a Raider's Axe, and get yourself a set of glassite armor, you want to concern yourself with obtaining better armor and weapons. If you're still enchanting your armor, you can work on grinding out a set of lapis, which will help you earn XP levels you need to enchant faster. The most obvious way forward in combat progression is to sink your teeth into dungeons. More in-depth information will be available in my soon-to-come dungeons video, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that video. My tip for people that absolutely do not want to accept a carry of any swords is to go to the entrance floors with glassite armor and equip any sword dropped in there. Crypto Dreadlord sword is also an excellent first drop that won't be too hard to get your hands on in the entrance, or floor 1. People accepting carries can simply have a friend fill their inventory and kill mobs in higher floors after carrying them through completion so they get access to the floors they want armor drops from. Another way to increase your damage so you can have an easier time training combat is to work on your accessory collection. A general rule of thumb is to put forceful on all your accessories in order to pump up your strength as high as you can. This works until you want to reforge everything to a higher damage set using reforged stones. Once you're able to run floor 5s, you'll have a shot at the Shadow Assassin armor and the Livid Dagger, as well as Dark Orbs for reforging, and also the Last Breath for its unique ability. But to bridge the gap, you can use the Adaptive Armor set if you want to grind it without a carry, or you can let a guildmate or a friend help you with getting some high quality Zombie Knight or Zombie Soldier, and also a Zombie Cutlass, and also a Zombie Soldier Cutlass from whatever floor they can carry you on. Any more information on how to increase your damage will be better suited to the Dungeons video or the Slayer video that I'm making soon. The bestiary for the mobs found on the player island all go up to level 5, and the rest of the mobs in the game seem to cap out at level 41, which is way too many kills for any partially sane person to get. It's important to remind you that you want to make sure you stay on top of when you might pop a milestone XP reward, as they might not be boosted by potions or effects, but the XP only gets applied to the pet that's currently selected and not any pets with XP shares on them. Anyway, that's all for today's video. Bye. See you tomorrow.